You used to be able to have 2 glasses of wine on a Friday and wake up Saturday like a functional adult. Now you have 1 glass, sleep like you're being chased, wake up at 3 a.m. sweating with your heart pounding, and spend the next day feeling vaguely poisoned and mad at everyone. Nothing about the wine changed. Something about you did, and it has a name.
Higher, higher, Howard Peace Wellness.
In the last video, I read a Reddit post from a woman turning 48 who listed 8 things happening to her body, and one of them was, I can barely tolerate alcohol anymore. I said if I had $1 for every woman who tells me that, I could retire. So today, that symptom gets its own video. My name is Denise, and this is Aya Women's Wellness Coaching. I am a certified menopause coach and OBGYN triage nurse, but here I am just your coach. This is education, not diagnosis or treatment, and one thing up front, this is not a video about whether you should drink. I'm not the fun police. I am just going to explain why your body renegotiated the terms without telling you. There are 3 things happening all at once, which is why this hits so hard and so suddenly. First, you're absorbing more from the same drink. As estrogen declines, body composition shifts. Less lean mass and body water, more fat, even if the scale hasn't moved. Alcohol redistributes in body water. Less water mass means the same glass of wine produces a higher blood alcohol concentration than it did at 40. You are not imagining that one drink that feels like 2. Chemically, it kind of is. Second, your processing slowed down. Women already break down alcohol less efficiently than men, and that efficiency doesn't improve with age. So the alcohol hits harder and hangs around longer. It's a 2-for-1 deal that nobody asked for. Third, and this is a big one, alcohol is now colliding with a sleep system that was already struggling. Progesterone, which has a naturally sedating effect, is one of the first hormones to decline in perimenopause. So your sleep is already lighter and easier to disrupt than it used to be. Then alcohol comes in and does what alcohol does, knocks you out early, then fragments the second half of your night and suppresses your deep restorative sleep. At 35, you had enough cushion to absorb that hit. At 48, there's no cushion. The wine takes the sleep you had left. That 3 a.m. wake up, heart pounding, wide awake, slightly sweaty, that's the alcohol wearing off. Your blood sugar dipping, and a little cortisol spike arriving right on schedule. Your body is treating your Friday night like a minor emergency. There's a 4th piece for a lot of women. Alcohol dilates your blood vessels. If you are anywhere near vasomotor symptom territory, the hot flashes, night sweats, the flushing we talked about in the rosacea section in the last video, alcohol pushes on that exact system. Red wine gets blamed most, and it has extra company in the histamine department, but honestly, any alcohol can do it. So the woman who says wine gives me night sweats now isn't being dramatic. She is describing a real vascular reaction. Her drink of choice just became a trigger for a symptom she may not even fully notice that she has yet. And then the next day mood, that low-grade dread and irritability that some people call hangxiety. Alcohol disrupts the same neurotransmitter systems that estrogen fluctuations are already leaning on. You're running the day after drinking program on hardware that's mid-update. Of course it glitches. So, what do you actually do? A few honest options, and none of them are never enjoy anything again. Track it before you change it. 2 or 3 weeks maybe. What you drank, when, how you slept, how you felt the next day. Most women find a pattern fast. Usually that timing and quantity matter more than they thought. 2 glasses at 9 p.m. is a different event than 1 glass at 6 with dinner. Then experiment like an adult. Earlier in the evening, with food, with water in between. Some women find 1 drink with dinner costs them nothing, and the second one costs them the whole night. That's useful intelligence, and you can only get it from your own data. And some women run the experiment and conclude the math just doesn't work anymore, and they drink rarely or not at all. Also, a valid result. The point is deciding from information instead of white-knuckling a Friday habit that stopped being fun about 3 years ago. One scope note, because I take this seriously. If you're noticing that you're drinking more to cope with how this transition feels, with the sleep, the mood, the stress, that's a conversation for your provider, and it's worth having sooner rather than later. No judgment from me either way. That's just bigger than a coaching video. Comments are open. What was your, oh, we can't do this anymore drink? Mine gets mentioned in the pinned comment. Next week, we are staying with this case study series, so subscribe if you haven't. Your body is trying to tell you something. This channel is here to help you translate. I will see you in the next one.
Yeah.